I hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Cooped Up Live. Should I say my daily broadcast where I just talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Welcome. If you're new here, I doubt you are. But while we are waiting on folks to join, coopedup.com is my website where I randomly post stuff. I plan to do more as the months go on. I know I've said that 1,000 times. I'm Cooped Up is my handle in all the social places. Would love a follow. Wherever you are, particularly if you're on the Instagrams, and wherever you watch or listen to this, it is on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, as well as on all the major podcasting platforms in audio format in case you want to listen to it in the car, on your walk, whatever. Click the bell, subscribe button, whatever they call it, so that you don't miss a second of the fun. Hey, Mama, how are you today? I'm gonna warn y'all in advance. This is either I say this every time I don't have anything to talk about, and somehow I still fill 30 minutes. But I have like 2 things on my list. And the main reason I came live is that I think I look cute today. Hair's working. I got a new scarf. This is from a brand called Elisabeti, I think is what it is. I saw them on Instagram. They're from Italy. I love it. It's a mother-daughter company, according to Instagram. And also I'm wearing a shirt that I used to not be able to fit into, and I love the way it looks on me, and it's good color. Makes my eyes blue. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had a couple of glasses of wine today. Hey, Eric, speaking of, it's been almost 2 hours. I've taken a nap. I've had to get home, pick up a kid, because I already had one kid homesick from school today with a migraine, even though he's never had a migraine in his life. And do some work, smack some clients around, all of that kind of stuff. So I am here now. I'm feeling the scarf, David is saying. I am all about a silk scarf. I love it. I don't know if I'm in my Charles Nelson Riley era, my Paul Lynde era, my Liberace era, but my middle life crisis is that I am the love child of all 3 of those people. And so anyway, this is a new one. Then I got another one from the same company that it's more of an old school, like Ralph Lauren Hermes look to it. It's got like horse bits and stuff like that. It's much less Italian. This one is really pretty. Like if you see all of the colors, I only showed the colorful part on the tip, but like all of that, I like it a lot. So I'm feeling it too. Hey, Sandy, I'm gonna see you on Friday for Miss Janet. No, that's Janet is this. So cannot dispute a migraine. No, I'm not disputing the migraine, David. Like that is not my point. My point is that we are approaching the final days of school, and something that has never happened is suddenly starting to happen, specifically on a morning where we had trouble getting out of the house, may have stayed up too late last night, all of these things. There's a lot to the story behind it. So, so this brand, I think it's Elisabeti. They have a lot of stuff. Let me look them up real quick for you. Elisabeti scarves, I think is what it is. I'll find it. Elisabetta.net. That is the company. Elisabetta.net is the company. I'll drop a link in the comments so that you can see them. That is, so far I'm impressed, and they're not super expensive. I think this guy here was, or gal, whichever you want to call it, men's scarves. Let's see, silk neckerchiefs. So, it says $85. I don't remember paying $85. I must have had a coupon or something, but they're so pretty. I love them. So it's in the comments there if you wanted. I'm excited about Janet too. So 2 things on my topic list today. If you have other things you want me to talk about, let me know. But the 2 things were my malfunctioning bathroom scale and Janet Jackson. So let's start with Janet since we're on that topic already. I'm excited about it. I've gone off my ADHD medication just in case. Last time I went to an outdoor concert and it was hot, there was an interaction between the booze and the medicine and the heat. And so I'm like, I'm going to eliminate the one thing that I know I can eliminate without any real sacrifice. And that was my ADHD meds. I've been really sleepy for about 4 days. Today was the first day I've kind of felt normal since stopping on Saturday. So I think we'll be okay on that front. We'll keep an eye on it. But my friend Lisa, who's going, so I bought 8 tickets, the maximum you could buy, just so I could invite people, give people all that kind of stuff. And my friend Lisa from college, Lisa Bohannon, is coming. I've seen her off and on since college, but she's one of those people that, like, she's in my life, right? Like, we're not like besties. She didn't come to my house all the time, but I see her at things and it's as if like nothing ever changed, right? And of course, we both look just as gorgeous as we did in college, maybe even more so now that we have money and sense and all of that kind of stuff. But anyway, so she's coming, and earlier today she's like, hey, where are we going to sit on the lawn? And I'm like, bitch, I haven't sat on the lawn there. The last time I sat on the lawn, it was called the Coca-Cola Starplex, first of all. And it was, I think, the last time I sat on the lawn, maybe the only time I've sat on the lawn there. And it's now the Dos Equis Pavilion. It was Smirnoff Center for a while. It was Schweppes Pavilion, something else also. But the last time I sat on there was for the Spice Girls, and I would peg that as 1998. I took my former boss, my very first boss out of college. I took her daughters because she didn't want to go. So I was chaperoned her daughters because I really, really, really wanted to go to the Spice Girls concert there at this place. And we sat on the lawn, and the only thing I really remember about it is that the squeals of all of the girls. I should have brought earplugs because then at least it cuts through that high pitched stuff. But it was like I could slowly feel myself wanting to swallow my own tongue from like having an epileptic seizure or something, because it was insane, the screaming, right? I thought they were going to do another tour, but I guess they didn't. But I would have gone to that too, just for nostalgia things. Now, I've been to the Coca-Cola Starplex numerous times. I've not been in any recent years. But before Todd, I dated a guy, and his company, he was a vice president of it. His company, a major movie theater chain, based in Dallas on the Tollway. I'm narrowing it down very much to which one it was. They had boxes and seats at everything. And so we were like 2 seats up from the ice at Stars games, which I love hockey games. Like, they're so fun. But 2 seats up, all you see is the violence. You cannot keep track of the game because you don't know where the puck is. And this was way back at Reunion Arena. This wasn't even at American Airlines Center. Reunion Arena is how old this was. So cold, you had to wear gloves down there. He had tickets at Dallas Summer Musicals, great seats, and then all kinds of and also at like Starplex. And so like I think the last show, I would confidently bet that the last show, if not the very last show, one of the last 2 shows I saw at the Starplex was Tina Turner, and that would have been her GoldenEye tour, I believe. And that was the one where it was a big eye on the set that she kind of walked down and out of. And I would peg that at, so I've been with Todd since 99, February of 99. We were already dating a little bit before that. So I would say it was probably 98 then, maybe early 99, probably early 99. That was the last time I was even in this arena at all. I can't think of a single other show that I've been to there. So I'm excited about it. I don't know I was like, please be in the 70s or 80s like it was this weekend. I looked, it's not. It's in the 90s. So we'll see on that. Hopefully we're okay. I'm actually more worried about the transportation situation. We're taking Alto, and getting there is always fine. It's the getting out, rideshare getting out of these places like American Airlines Center. I usually just walk somewhere like to the Ritz-Carlton, to a bar somewhere nearby, and then call from there versus trying to get them to come get me there. So I don't know there. There's literally no place to walk for people near that venue, because it's just not a real, let's just say it's not a hospitable neighborhood to most folks down there, or to any folks, honestly. Man, that was a really, really clumsy way of saying it's in a bad neighborhood. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and please, if you have any questions, topics you want me to talk about, let me know. Compliments you want to pay that I can then expound on, whatever. The other thing is our bathroom scale shit the bed. So it is still technically working. It still technically turns on. It still technically tells you what it thinks you weigh that day. But we had the experience last week where my weight fluctuated from one day to the next. And maybe this is scientifically possible. I do not believe it so. David, if you're still watching, you would know because you're a fitness person. But so my goal is to stay between 195 and 199 to avoid a number 2 at the beginning. I was about 240 when I started this journey. So I'm between 195 and 190, more or less. And I mean, 195 and 200, but avoiding the 2. But the other day I stepped on the scale and it said I was like 193.2 or something like that, right? Which I was like, ticker tape parade. There's some happy dancing going on in the house, all that kind of stuff. Well, the next fucking day, it said I was like 299 pounds or something. A swing of about 6 pounds. I don't think I eat 6 pounds of food a day. And I don't think I drink 6 pounds of caloric fluids a day. Like, I think I would wouldn't a person physically be in pain if they gain 6 pounds from one day to the next? Like, to me, that is inconceivable. So to me, it just negates everything. I'm like, nope, start over. So if you have any recommendations, I've gotten a lot of them. Most of the scales these days are rechargeable. And here's my thing about, I have such a love-hate relationship with rechargeable things versus battery-powered. Here's the thing. So see this mouse right here? So this Apple mouse, it's called a smart mouse, is rechargeable, right? Which sounds wonderful. Don't have to always have AA batteries on hand. Don't need to do it. But you know what happens when this mouse dies? You have to plug it in right there. It's the stupidest design. You have to plug it in right there, and then you have to leave it alone for about 30 to 45 minutes so it gets enough charge so you can get going again. So in the meantime, you can't even use it. You can't, like, to me, if I were designing this mouse right here that you see, this is obviously not going to be an audio version because there's too many things. Plus, I look too cute for audio. I would have designed it with it here, right at the end, so that you can maybe use it as a traditional wired mouse. So, like at my office, I have one of these that came with the computer, but then I also have an old school. I no longer have a wired one. I did for a long time. And I actually, you know what? I bet if I dug hard enough, I have a wired one still as well. But I have the AA one because at least with where you can pop off the bottom of it and pop some two AA batteries in, and you're in business again. Because you know what? The only thing you waste is about 2 minutes of time. You don't have to think. I mean, how dumb is that? This is the way the mouse works. It sits like this, and you just. So for it to have to be plugged in right there, how dumb is that? That needs to be on an episode of I've Had It right there. I've had it with recharge. So that's my thing on the wireless scales, is that at what point am I going to be like, oh, I need to charge this shit? And then where do I charge it? It's big. So do I put it on the kitchen or the bathroom counter, the kitchen counter, whatever? Or does it come with an extra long cord that can plug in from the high spot in the bathroom down to it? Like that is my big pause on a new scale, is the rechargeability. People are like, no, it's so much better. You don't have to have batteries. Well, I have 2 teenage kids. I have a like 63-pound box of batteries in my house. So it is okay if something needs the battery. But the really cool thing, I think, is that they all connect to your phone, and they like health app, like all this. It's just like my Apple Watch. They tell you things about yourself that either make you feel good about yourself or make you feel shitty about yourself. I was told today that my aerobic ability is low, but the difference between low and below average, and there's no average range, it's either low, below average, above average, or high, is 31 is the switch over from low to below average. And I'm like 30.8 or something like that. So effectively a 31. So in my book, I'm just below average on that. I'm okay with it. But it tells you other things. Like last night, somehow I made my stand goal, even though I was sitting in the same fucking place for like 3 hours. Don't know how. Maybe just my flamboyance. I probably get more exercise just from my flamboyance than anything else. But anyway, but then the other thing that is neat to me is that some of them have this thing where you stand on it and it sends electric waves through your body, and it can tell you like where the fat deposits, if you have visceral fat, or I think visceral fat is visceral fat around your midsection, or is that just belly fat? Whatever. It can tell you like where your fat deposits are, like what you need to work on, if you have good body mass index, BMI. That's right. That's what that stands for. All these things. And then some of them just tell you from standing on. Others ones have this thing where it looks like a scooter, and you pull it up and it's got a wire, and then you hold it in your hand out in front of you, and then you're standing on it also. And I guess it sends electric shock waves through your body, through your hands and through your feet. And maybe it tells you more. I don't know. So if you have an idea on a good scale, please share it with me, because I need a new one. And shockingly, they're not that expensive. You can get some of these that are feature rich and connect to an app. And I'm hoping they all connect to the health app, because I don't want an independent app that I have to use for every fucking thing. But a lot of them connect to it, and they're like $20, which is shocking to me. Now they go up to, some of the more expensive ones are like $60 and $80, which to me is scale that you're going to have. I mean, this scale that we have right now, I think it was Todd's when we met. Like, I think it predates us. And it's digital, so it shouldn't have to be. Do you have to calibrate a digital scale? Because ours, you step on it, you tap on it, and then you let it alone for like 5 seconds, so it can calibrate based on where it's sitting on, and then you step onto it. So I believe that it's just wrong. It's just wrong. So back to the concert thing. Christy is saying they should have a designated ride shared area for pickup. That's what I assume. You know, every venue says they do, though. Like, even at we were at Globe Life Field to see Elton John, and they had a designated pickup area, and they could, none of the designated cars could get to the designated area because it was too crowded and too crazy. I don't believe that will be the case at Starplex, because Starplex is like the Woodlands Pavilion. Actually, I think they're identical. I think they were built at the same time, maybe even by the same company. It's like an outside amphitheater with like a roof over the seats and then a lawn behind it. And I used to think that if you performed there, it meant you were not all that famous. But then I was like, I saw Tina there twice. So she was super famous, right? Like her whole career. Like, I don't know that Tina Turner ever played like American Airlines Center or Reunion Arena, which was the predecessor to American Airlines Center. I saw Elton there multiple times. I did one of the grossest things of my life. And that is a long list, by the way. But one of the grossest things of my life is I was at an Elton John, one of my first Elton John concerts. I've seen him like 10 times. One of my first ones. And we were in floor seats, and my contact pops out. I go to the floor, find my contact, pick it up, put it in my mouth, clean it off, and put it back in my eye. How nasty is that, right? Now I'm like, if my children did that, I would just be appalled. But I'm like, fuck it. I'm not. Maybe I have a history of like medical emergencies at Elton John concerts and didn't realize it. Maybe that's my thing. Who knows? Sandy is confirming that they had a pickup area, but it's been a while since she's been there. So we're taking Alto. I saw it's like $40 to park there or something like that. And I plan to be drinking and all of that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I'm excited though. Carrie's going, Sandy's going, some other folks are going. I'm already working on the choreography, the Janet. Y'all are like, go white boy, go white boy, go. Go white boy, go white boy, go. Yeah. So alrighty. Well, that was my 2 topics of the day, plus scarves. That's always. I am certain that they have a pickup zone, though, Sandy. I cannot imagine that venue does not, because it is still a concert venue. So, alrighty. Well, I think that's all I got today. If you have any last things, comment. If not, then forever hold your peace. Alrighty. Well, that's it for me today. Short episode. I love you. It's important to know you are loved. I love that you watched this. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Don't should yourself to death. No good comes from should. And I will see you most likely tomorrow. I will not be here tomorrow's Thursday. I will not be here tomorrow. Claire has some math testing at 4:30, so I will not be here tomorrow. So I will see you Friday at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live. Should I say, talk to you later. Bye. Bye. Bye.